It's appropriate that NXT airs on the CW. It has all the makings of a primetime soap, just with extra wrestling. NXT has had lots of romance storylines, and plenty more couples have gotten together for real at the Performance Center too, though not every NXT star dates a co-worker. So Ruca may not stay in NXT all that much longer. Her jaw-dropping athletic ability has led to quickly rising stock. She's almost certain to hit the main roster sooner rather than later. She has already won the Women's Speed Championship and North American Championship. Her boyfriend is on the main roster too. He's Tyler Bate, who bounced around between NXT UK, 205 Live, and NXT for quite a few years before landing on SmackDown in early 2024. Around that same time, Bate and Ruca made their relationship Instagram official. In July 2024, Bate came back to NXT to team with Pete Dunne against Hank and Tank. Bate tore his pectoral muscle in that match and went on the shelf until March 2025. He's now part of the Los Americanos stable, wrestling under a mask of one of 4 El Grande Americanos. Myles Borne has done pretty well for himself in NXT since leaving the No Quarter Catch crew. He had a memorable feud with Lexis King and represented Team NXT on Showdown against the encroaching stars of TNA. Even he would agree, though, that he's outshined by his girlfriend at the moment. She's one of the hottest stars in all of WWE right now, Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer. She basically speed-ran through NXT, winning the Women's Championship and making the jump to the main roster in less than a year. Borne and Vaquer weren't the ones to spill the beans about their relationship. That was actually former NXT champion Oba Femi, who let this slip out in a May local news interview before a match with Borne.
I'm looking forward to, beating up Stephanie's boyfriend for a little bit.
But now that the cat's out of the bag, they're pretty public with it. After Vaquer defeated Io Sky for the Women's World title at WrestlePalooza in September, Borne posted a black and white image of the pair on his Instagram account. He said he was proud of Vaquer and called her special and amazing both in and out of the ring. Vaquer left an equally sweet comment on the post where she said Borne was an amazing man who always takes care of her like no other. Add one more to the list of NXT stars matched up with main roster talents. As of the making of this video, Kelani Jordan is engaged to Carmelo Hayes, who got called up to SmackDown in 2024. The two met when they were both training in the Performance Center. Jordan had joined NXT in August 2022. Hayes had been there since 2021. Perhaps surprisingly, the couple has never appeared together on screen in WWE. Jordan told the Wrestling Classic podcast in August 2024 that she was a few months into training when she met Hayes. They instantly had a moment.
In that moment, it felt like time stood still, and we both were just like just stared, and then we just walked away.
Jordan said Hayes messaged her first, and that was it. Hayes and Jordan announced their engagement in a social media post in July. Jordan wrote that she'd say yes in every lifetime. All Ego Ethan Page had a pretty full career in Ring of Honor, TNA, and AEW before finally landing in NXT at the age of 35 in 2024. He was married a full 9 years before ever coming to the Performance Center, and his wife Viviana Machevsky isn't even a wrestler. What a concept. But Page, who married his wife in July 2015 and shares 2 children with her, does credit Viviana for much of his success in the wrestling business. She kept the family afloat while he was working his way up on the indies. He told his then co-worker at AEW, Thunder Rosa, in 2022,
"She was the breadwinner for many, many, many years."
That's love, guys. Like, straight up, that is love right there, because she believed in your dream.
She did.
Page said that Viviana was the person who told him that he couldn't stop wrestling, that she knew he was going to make it, and she's the #1 reason why he is who he is. Jacy Jayne had a banner year in 2025, winning the NXT Women's Championship in a shock win over Vaquer in May, then taking TNA Knockouts Gold in July. Jayne has been on the NXT roster since 2021, but even before that, she was dating her boyfriend, Troy Hollywood, a wrestler who has never worked in the Performance Center but has made appearances in AEW, GCW, and Real Pro Wrestling, among many other promotions. In September 2024, Hollywood posted a photo of himself and Jayne hugging on X. Jayne quote posted it and noted that it was their 5th anniversary as a couple. Hollywood noted that it felt like yesterday that Jayne introduced herself to him. Now they have 2 cats together and have only just begun. Jayne called Hollywood her person forever. Shawn Spears was an early NXT favorite, back from the days when the show was a WWE Network exclusive. Back then, he was a perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. He spent a couple years on the main roster, then jumped to AEW, where he took back the name he used on the Indies, Shawn Spears. After 4 years there, he returned to NXT, continuing to use the Spears name. It was during that first NXT run that Spears met his wife, who was known at the time as Peyton Royce. Alongside Billie Kay, Royce was one half of the tag team The Iconics. Both Royce and Kay were released from WWE in 2021. They went to TNA, where Royce took on the name Cassie Lee, and the tag team adopted the name The Inspiration. Lee and Spears married in August 2019. Lee left TNA in 2022, and the couple had their first child in January 2023. They had their second in June 2024. Lee has since returned to TNA in 2025. She and Kay, now called Jessie McKay, won the Knockout Tag titles in September. Lee told Chris Van Vliet in a May 2021 interview that she was drawn to Spears straight away when they first met in NXT.
Anytime we kind of got extra training in the ring or something, and I knew he was going to be taking training, I was like, I have to be in that session. I have to be in that session.
Former Women's North American Champion Fallon Henley officially signed with WWE in 2022 after first debuting in World Extreme Wrestling in June 2017. Unlike many of her peers, she's not dating within the wrestling scene. Henley is in a relationship with fitness trainer Philip Dyer and keeping her private life relatively quiet. Dyer has just over 500 followers on Instagram, where he posts about his own training and workouts, as well as the progress his clients make. He also posts photos alongside his girlfriend, including a carousel of pictures from the end of September wishing her a happy birthday. He wrote in the caption, "They say the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little bit of extra. Thanks for making life a little extra. Wouldn't be the same without you. Love you to the moon and back." Tony D'Angelo once run the mafia-like family on TV, but in real life, his family consists of wife Isabella Ariola, who isn't in the pro wrestling business. Ariola announced their December 2022 engagement on Instagram. She posted a photo showing off her ring alongside a smiling D'Angelo in front of a Christmas tree. The two married in November 2024. D'Angelo posted a photo of himself alongside his bride-to-ex, captioned, "Mr. and Mrs. Don, salud!" Ariola shared a few more snaps of the big day on Instagram. The Don reportedly asked for some time off in WWE following his victory over former friends and stablemates Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Luca Crucifino, but he made his return at NXT Deadline in December 2025. After 4 years in AEW under his real name, Brian Pillman Jr., this second-generation star made his surprise debut in NXT in 2023. It proved a lucky move for him, not just career-wise, but also in love. Now known as Lexis King, he's dating former NXT talent Emma Diaz. The couple seems incredibly happy together on Instagram. In particular, they seem to love going to Walt Disney World in Orlando. Diaz was featured on WWE Next Gen, a documentary series from the first half of 2024. She was released from the company shortly after the series aired. In the announcement of her departure on social media, Diaz said she would be taking independent bookings under her real name, Carolina Cruz. She was recently featured on AEW Collision Homecoming, teaming with Dream Girl Ellie in a loss against Ty. Tatum Paxley has been a staple on the NXT roster since 2021, and she is married to a former NXT talent in Big Body Javier Bernal. The pair actually signed to WWE at the same time, and Bernal revealed in an interview with Scott Scoop in June following his release that their tryout in Las Vegas was where they met.
Later down the line that year, we go to concerts together and just hang out and stuff like that, and then one day we were together.
Their connection grew over the years, and they married in September 2024 after getting engaged the previous year. Of his release in May 2025, Bernal said that he's grateful for his time in the company because it led to him meeting Paxley. Thea Hail has been a fan favorite since hitting the NXT scene in 2022. She's been finding her way a bit since the dissolution of the original Chase University. But at least her life at home seems pretty happy. Her boyfriend is Harlem Lewis, who debuted on NXT Level Up in October 2024. It's not clear when the couple first started dating, but Hail took their relationship public over WrestleMania 41 weekend in Las Vegas. Hail posted a carousel of photos on her account, featuring a photo of the couple in a casino where Hail planted a kiss on Lewis's cheek. In August, Hail posted a photo of an injury to her lip, where she's posed alongside Lewis. She captioned the post, "Evil Twin," and Lewis responded in the comments with the pointing Spider-Man meme. The former underboss of the D'Angelo family, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, is engaged to Miss NXT herself, Arianna Grace. Following the breakup of the family, WWE has put Stacks and Grace together on screen, with Grace most recently getting her real-life love a shot at the TNA X Division Championship thanks to her father, TNA Director of Authority, Santino Marella. Lorenzo and Grace got engaged during a trip to Paris in December 2024. In September 2025, she shared more about their relationship on X. She posted that she and Stacks met 4 years ago to the day at an independent show in Miami. Grace wrote that she told Lorenzo she liked his pants, which she said he made himself, and the rest is history. Adriana Rizzo was also part of the now-defunct D'Angelo family, and like Stacks, she is also dating another member of the roster. Rizzo confirmed on the Stuck in My Thoughts podcast in September that she and Dark State member Cutler James are an item. Rizzo explained that she didn't plan to date anyone in NXT. A previous relationship within a sports team was almost too much for her. But after James had a crush on her for over a year, she finally gave him a chance and realized she also liked him. Rizzo said that while things are working out well for them, it's not something that's for everyone. She mentioned the negativity that comes with dating on the job and what happens when things go wrong. She mentioned classes in the performance center where you could end up sparring with an ex.